Okay, let's get started. Hello, so we're going to cover Log4j. I think Log4j needs no introduction. So let's get started. Y'all know me. I don't need an introduction. All right, so let's talk about Log4j. On December 9th, 2021, the world was made aware of a new vulnerability identified as CVE 2021-4422-8, affecting the Java logging package Log4j. Now, this vulnerability earned the highest score for a CVE, a 10, the most critical designation. And this offers remote code trivial code execution on hosts engaging with software that utilizes this Log4j version. And this attack has also been dubbed Log4 shell. Now, as a CVE score for 10, there's only been a couple that I know of personally. So if you guys remember Shellshock was designated as a 10. Zero Logon was also designated as a 10. So you can clearly understand that this CVE, this vulnerability, Log4 shell, is very bad. It's very bad. Now, I think that most of you learned this from Twitter, OffSec Twitter. It was all over on the news. Some people might know it as the Minecraft CVE, mostly because it was originally discovered in Minecraft. But however, it took them a long time before they finally recognized it and were able to, or security researchers were able to release a proof of concept to execute malicious code. So again, millions of applications as well as software providers use this package as a dependency in their own code. Now again, using third-party software components in your proprietary software is definitely going to introduce some vulnerabilities. While you may be able to patch your own code base using Log4j, other vendors, manufacturers will still need to push their own security updates downstream. So again, the whole hierarchy of adding in dependencies into your code, it can introduce vulnerabilities. Many security researchers have likened this vulnerability, as I said before, to Shellshock by its enormous attack surface. So enjoy all modern infrastructure and Log4j right there. An interesting fact, it's been maintained by someone in Nebraska since 2003. I did not know that, so it's pretty cool. The vulnerability itself is not cool though. So this is the attack surface. This is all the companies that have implemented Log4j into their system or their code base. So you got notable companies, not GAFA anymore. It's Manga. Except, of course, Facebook. Meta. Meta's not included in this one. Yeah, big, very big, very big. Very big attack surface. Yeah. That was not supposed to be there. Timeline. So we're going to look at a timeline for how this CV kind of played out in the cyberspace and the internet. December 10th, the Apache released Log4j 2.15, and this was to address the first vulnerability. Of course, it was early December that the Log4j was released and found, or an official article by John Hammond was released about the Log4j and being able to execute arbitrary commands as a proof of concept. So then there was another vulnerability that allowed denial of service attacks against the Log4j logging module, and they addressed that. And there was multiple CVEs that were introduced. So in total, I think there are about 5 different CVEs that were released relating to Log4j. Again, the denial of service vulnerability here. And then finally, December 28th, Apache released the final update to this CVE and concluding all or if not most of the attack surface regarding Log4j. So how does this vulnerability work? Well, Log4j is your logging module that you attach to Apache applications. And the specific code right here that you see on screen is the vulnerable function. Is that a function? I'm not a Java god, so I can't really say. I don't think anybody codes in Java anymore. Sorry, CS2. You guys are your class is irrelevant. CS2 sucks. It's true. It's true. CS2 sucks. Okay, so this vulnerability, it's very trivial. A single string of text can trigger an application to reach out to an external location if it's logged via the vulnerable instance of Log4j. And this is how Java utilizes the JNDI part. It's Java naming and directory information. It's where they access objects externally so they can export it to different areas. So what this means is that if anything is logged on your Java application, you can send the malicious LDAP server to connect back to your host, and you get remote code execution. Okay, it's a little hard to explain, so got a little screenshot from the one and only John Hammond and his Huntress article. So right here, what we got is Minecraft. Okay, Minecraft, and he types in his server that's on the bottom left, his HTTP address, or his web address, and with the exploit. Okay, that has Java running on it. And there, on the bottom left, he listens for the reverse shell connection and is able to get a PowerShell. That's it. That's literally the entire exploit. So I would like to show a couple more screenshots. But in conclusion, this could very well execute any sort of malicious code. Again, this just reiterate, it's very, very easy to execute. Depending on the access controls and other elements of your security posture, this could lead to future compromise. So any of these more devastating techniques can be effective on your system. All right, any questions? Yes, Enzo. I don't like Java. It's dead. Yes?
So what's this, on that URL that had it was JNDI for LDAP, what's specifically about LDAP?
LDAP. So it's not necessarily about LDAP. So the JNDI, the Java name and directory interface, how it accesses objects is very similar to how LDAP works. So if you have like a malicious LDAP server, it'll connect to that, and you can interface through Log4j using a malicious LDAP server. There was also techniques using a DNS server that they were able to exploit, but again, I didn't research that portion, and it just focused on just the one proof of concept using LDAP. Yeah. I'd like to show a screenshot that I was using for my research. Where'd it go? Okay. Yeah, there we go. This is the image in tab. Hold up. I got a good screenshot. So yes, this better exemplifies what the Log4j vulnerability actually is. So there's this vulnerable Minecraft server that's running Log4j. Yes, this was the YouTube. This is the actual John Hammond thumbnail. So we can see here that John Hammond on his own Minecraft server typed in this malicious string that is logged. Sub chats, of course, are logged. You might want to keep it. Maybe somebody's saying some sus things on your server, and you want to keep track of that. But basically, he has this. These are two separate machines. This is his Minecraft, and this is his other machine. And he sends this malicious string, and boom, he gets a shell. That's it. Easy mode. Literal easy mode. So this is so trivial, easy to do. Anybody can do this, all right? As long as you have, the resources to do so. Yes, Enzo.
A lot of people on the internet, when this came out, were searching the entire web to find out who was running this. So these guys, the security researchers, were actually doing the same thing. And yeah, they were updating people's services through the RCE. So they were forcing people to update through RCE.
Wow. That's so insane. So just to reiterate what Enzo said, so while the exploit was going around, there were a couple of group of people using this specific exploit to update other people's vulnerable services. So lots of privileged access through just this one string in this one exploit. And that's kind of it. How do you guys feel about me doing a Try Hack Me live? Do it? All right, let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to cut the stream since we're not technically sponsored by Try Hack Me. But yes, I would like to do this live. Yeah. We're going to be ending the stream. Thank you for everyone on Twitch. See you next week.